Hello. This is just my boring average day. That is because we are not in a dream. We are in your subconscious. Hello, Mr. Bradley. My name is Don Cobb, and I specialize in subconscious security. You see, we take your thoughts and we make you vulnerable to theft of your thoughts. We want you to design this world for us, this dream world, for us to put our ideas in. We'd be grateful for this. So, you ready to begin? I hope so. Okay, let's begin. Want you to go to sleep and dream me a new world. Mr. Cobb, I have done it. I have designed you a basic dream. This here, alright. Here's a maze I can complete in 2 minutes, which another average gamer can complete in 1 minute. There you go, Mr. Cobb. That is your maze. Boy, what a crazy dream. Ugh. Hey, you're the guy from my dreams. Thank you for designing a world for us, where we can distribute our dreams. As token of appreciation, we advise you to see Inception, the new film directed by Christopher Nolan and starring Leonardo DiCaprio. Go see it and give it a good review, or I'll make every dream you dream a nightmare. Goodbye. This CINEMANIACS Inception Movie Review. Hello, everybody, CineMatMo here, and today I will be reviewing Inception, directed by Christopher Nolan and starring Leonardo DiCaprio. The plot follows Don Cobb, played by Leonardo DiCaprio, who is a man who specializes in a thing called Inception, which is to break into someone's subconscious and steal their thoughts. Leonardo DiCaprio usually keeps picturing of his late wife, played by Marion, Cotillard, and those are just projections of his dead wife. And he wants to try and do one last job so he can go home, wake up reality, and see his children. Now, he tries to get Cillian Murphy to split up his father's empire and steal the last will and testament from his subconscious or something. Now, the plot of this is really confusing. Well, it's good confusing, and Christopher Nolan has done good using IMAX cameras, because I can see by the quality in the screen that he did really good using IMAX cameras, like he did in The Dark Knight. Now, Dark Knight, this does beat out The Dark Knight on a level, because The Dark Knight was a great film and Heath Ledger was good as the Joker. The acting was good, and some bits were really confusing, and it did drag on so much. I actually liked it. I liked the whole film, but the scenes really did drag on a bit. So this might have been like, sort of, the experience of this film. I don't know. It's just, I didn't really get to see the credits of this film, okay? Because I usually watch the credits for post-credit scenes, and despite the fact that there was no, like, post-credit scene, I am relieved by that fact, but I didn't really get to see the credits, because a load of people really did work hard on that film, and it's an objective to remember them for who they are. Because I really had to go on a tournament, and it just really peed me off. Literally. It just, I don't know. Really, the cinema, they just don't really give a crap about reviewing pleasure. They want to make people suffer because people cannot be bothered waiting at intermission. The plot is very confusing, and there are at times, like, all they ever do, the only way for a prop to solve a problem in that movie is just to lie down and dream. Lying down and dreaming don't solve anything. Running solves everything. Lying down makes you dead. I know this was, the fact it was a good film. It's just they were like lazy in this film, okay? Because, and there was actually a scene where they were actually like going to sort of, they're gonna drive the van off a bridge to sort of wake them all up, and the van, like, as it was going off the bridge, the van just took forever, and there was actually shots of it going down between all these other shots of them doing in other dream worlds, like in a hotel room that has no gravity, or they're on some mountain. I mean, it is a lot confusing. And one thing, despite the fact that they shot with IMAX cameras, they didn't change the aspect ratio where, as in The Dark Knight, where it kept various scenes. Because the scenes that in The Dark Knight that were in a 185:1 aspect ratio were all IMAX. Like the scene where the Joker robs the bank. There are like a couple of scenes, like, although this does, like, this Hans Zimmer's music and Christopher Nolan's direction and the photography using IMAX cameras, this all sort of, in a way, feels like The Dark Knight. And this was the first ever, it's like the first ever film that Christopher Nolan has done since Following, where the work was original. Where he wrote it himself, produced it, and directed it. Since between Following and Inception, all of the movies he made were remakes, reboots, or based on comic books or short stories. I expect Toy Story 3 to be like the best film of this year. But this was good, and I do plan on getting it on Blu-ray because they're all going to combi packs now. So I give this probably a 4 out of 5. It was good. I recommend seeing this because it's long, and really, I was just peed off that I missed the credits. Okay, I'd say CINEMANIACS signing out. Goodbye, and be sure to tune in next week for my review of Toy Story 3.